Okay, it is 5:10 now. Okay, Kavita, you wanted to ask something?
Yes, sir. Sir, how does the soul speak um, to us?
Yeah, through thought reading. Thought reading, communication through thoughts. You create your question as an intention and you make your mind thought free, like a slate, clean slate. You write your question, your mind space will be used, and then our soul comes and write the answer below that, but like another thought. How do you know that is the answer? Because you know that that second line is not created by you.
Okay.
That's how we communicate. So it goes one to we keep on communicating. Our own mind is used, as I mentioned, as a slate or blackboard to communicate. But
Okay.
only thing we have to make sure our blackboard is clean before the communication. That's why the meditation and thoughtless state needs to come
Okay.
before you start communicating. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank
All
you.
right. Fine. We'll start our session today, second session, 105B. And today is 28th of May, 2022. And our topic of discussion today is a lower self versus higher self. To understand that, if we ask you question who you are, okay, most of you will say, my name is so and so, I'm son of so and so, I'm father or mother of so and so, and I'm brother or sister of so and so, or maybe husband and wife of so and etc. Maybe your designation, where you live, what you do. So this gives you your identity. So if I normally the tendency is when we ask somebody who you are, they give what is your identity in the physical world. So that's why your name, your designation, your affiliation, your family, and all those this matters here because these you are giving your this you're giving your as your identity. The question is, are you are you all this is all you are? The answer is no. The answer is there is much you which is beyond this identity, beyond this physical reality. Whatever we operate in the earth plane, it is like, in the chat room, there is everybody's name and there is small photo or some picture comes like they call avatar or whatever, icon. So in the chat room, there are different people, different friends are chatting. So each person, when they write something, that small photo or icon comes up. So we know who has written this. So suppose here suppose Rajdeep is communicating with say Indranil. Okay, so Rajdeep has an icon, Indranil has another icon. So if in the chat room environment, whatever I have written, if somebody say, is this Rajdeep said? Answer is yes. Is it Rajdeep? Yes. Another says, another next sentence Indranil said, then Indranil's icon will come. This is Indranil, this is correct. So in the chat room environment, whatever that logo or picture or icon we set for ourselves, suppose here I put one photo with the Himalaya in the background. Welcome, Vidyaji. So that become my icon. So in that environment, that is correct. That picture represents me. So if somebody says, is it what Rajdeep said or is it what RPA said? The answer is yes. Welcome, Supriya. So in the icon environment, maybe 5 people are talking. They have 5 different icons. So whatever they are mentioning, whatever they are chit-chatting, if somebody is saying, who has now entered? Somebody says now, say another person has entered. Suppose Deepak entered. So there is an icon for Deepak. So in chat room environment, whose icon it is correct to say that person is saying that, I mean, the icon, whatever is that whatever the message they have, that is their message, that is their behavior. Some entered, some going out, and all those things. Somebody is not participating. In chat room environment, we can get it through the icon, the behavior or activities of different members in the chat room. But the question is, in the chat room environment, that icon is that person, isn't it? So each person is that icon. So whatever the icon is giving message, we say this is coming from that person. But the question is it all of that person? In that chat room environment, whatever Rajdeep has written, is it all of Rajdeep? No. Rajdeep is from other than chat room, he has another personality. He has to work, he has to, take care of the family. He is maybe participating in another forum and all these kind of things. So that is not limited to that in the icon, what a chat room environment is limited to only the activities in the chat room, but actual person is much bigger than that icon. But in the chat room environment, that person is talking, saying, behaving, that is correct. But the reverse is not true. It is not all of that person who is there in the chat room. Now, extend this version. So it says chat room environment, we may say that avatar, that icon, as a lower self. Okay, because it is not all of that. It is some part of it. So it is lower. See, and then if you meet that person and all those things, then you know that this is not that, this is only a limited one person, and the person is much bigger. His personality and all those kind of things, way he looks, he talks and all, not necessarily look like the icon. So in that sense, that person, you can say that is their higher self, means that person, there's a more than only in the chat room. Okay. If you reflect that in the physical reality, our physical reality is also a bigger version of a chat room. Okay. Where icon is our physical body. So in this chat room, named the physical world, whatever we do, whatever we talk, that is actually our representative. There is a much, much bigger me, who am I, is there, which we may not know. We need to explore that to find out who it is. If it is a mind, if this physical body is me, but it's still there, it's lying. Okay. So what is missing between a live body and dead body? That is called consciousness. Okay. It is like an electric bulb. The glowing bulb or distinguished bulb, extinguished bulb, those are same. No? There is no difference. Both are electric bulb. But why one is glowing, why what is not? Because electricity stopped flowing through the other bulb. That's why it is not glowing. So, electric bulb is not the physical part of the bulb. Means it is electric bulb. The physical part is not everything in the bulb. Electricity is a part of it. Or without electricity, it cannot work. That is consciousness. It cannot be seen. It cannot be touched. But it can be felt. Like electricity passing through, the bulb start glowing, it start operating, start working. Otherwise, the electric bulb becomes useless, junk. If there is no electricity, bulb will not glow. So what is the difference between that electric bulb or a can in the dustbin? All are same. Some form is there and it just be there, but without any use. So Now, if that physical body, our that part, is the lower self, we need to find out what is there which runs the life, like that electricity in the bulb. When we explore that, we enter a territory internally. That is our spiritual domain. We start our spiritual journey and then we realize who we are in totality. And that particular process is called the spiritual journey. It simply starts with an inquiry. Ramana Maharshi has, he has a fantastic book. He's preaching on who am I. It all starts with a simple question: who am I? This, all these things, whatever earlier we said, our name and relation, family name, in designation, office, what we do, what is our profession, what is our educational background, those are not completely me. Those are our physical identity, yes, but that's not everything. So, in search of that, who am I, we landed up into exploring our spiritual dimension. And then, when we come to know about it, that is called the higher self. That is called self realization. Here, the self is a bigger S, bigger self, higher self, capital S. So, in that sense, our mission on planet Earth is how to start with our lower self and achieve the understanding and experience of higher self. That is our journey is all about. So, as I said, the icon in the chat room and the person behind it is completely different. It's much bigger. Same here. Whatever in the art plane, you our icon moves as a physical body. So then it, but that is much, much beyond that. It is the life is run by somebody, something else like the electricity, as I mentioned it to you. So that is the consciousness. So when you explore what is the consciousness, soul consciousness, then we go further from where the soul consciousness came. Then we go into explore the universal consciousness, the one, the creator. So those journeys are much, much beyond our physical identity. So understanding of our physical self is called, it is the lower self that everybody understands what we are talking, what we are doing, where we are staying, etc., etc. But getting into our higher self is limited because we need to choose and walk the path to understand and self-realize. This self is capital S self. That is the spiritual journey. So why then most of the people, they don't have an understanding or knowledge of the higher self? Because most of us, we operate in this world. When we take birth, we have to, first of all, to choose to know. The sense of inquiry, who am I, has to knock within us. Then only we start going into that. If that never knocks, the door will never open. We get limited to wherever we are. Okay. Suppose if I tell you that what is there in the you wherever you are, you look up and what do you see? I'm sure most of you will tell what is there above you. Most of you say I see ceiling. That is correct. No? That is the truth. Most of you will see a ceiling above you. But the question is, whatever is above you, the ceiling is everything? Answer is no. Maybe some floors are there on the top, then the rooftop, or maybe then after that there is a sky, and the sky is unlimited. The truth is, which is above you, the answer to the question, lower self answer is ceiling, and higher self answer is open sky, which is unlimited. Space, yeah, and that is infinite. Same here. It is the way you look at it. Okay. If your vision is limited, then you will get a ceiling only. Even somebody who never seen a sky, they will fight. No, no, this is what it is. It cannot be anything else. I can see it. I can see it is just 3 meters above my head. I know this is a ceiling above my head because he has never seen a sky. How he can accept that there is something beyond that ceiling as well? So most of us, we live our life like a person who never seen a sky, limited to this room. That's why they argue whatever they see, that's what it is. Above my head is ceiling. Okay. Fine. So I'm not saying right and wrong here. Yeah? I'm not criticizing. I'm saying the understanding. From where this understanding came, that who am I is my physical body, what I do, what I eat, what I go, what is my name, what is my designation, that's it. What car I have and, what place I visit in holiday, that is my identity. No. Okay. Your experience has not gone beyond that ceiling of the roof does not mean there is nothing else above you. Okay. If you have a sense of inquiry, you can go. You can, take initiative to come out of the room, go to the higher floors if there is any, go to the rooftop and have a look at the sky. Then you know what are the things that are above you. You have full understanding. That is a realization of higher self. But this journey to come out of our room and with the stairs or whatever, if it is a single story, somebody said, I'm a single story building, I don't have higher. Okay, fine. Then go out. Go out of your room. Stand in the yard or stand on the road and then look up. So that's okay. But what I'm saying is you have to come out of that room to explore. Then only you will get whatever it is. You cannot reach there because sky, you cannot reach to the end. But at least you are aware that this is infinite. There is something there, infinite above our head that exists. And this process is called self-realization, who you are. Yeah. So you are not limited to that room only, that you realize, and that's it. Now let me come to that thing, that why most of the people, they are not go out of the room and start inquiring about who am I. The fundamental reason for that is most of the people, when they, they take birth, then by your own effort, we need to activate your chakra. The connection from the higher need to be established. It is not automatic. First 6 months, it is having fully connected babies. Then slowly, when that person ages, going into the child, then teenage, at the time of teenage, it got completely disconnected. Why it got disconnected? Because there your personality comes. What you have a free will. Free will has been given, is a contract with our creator. We have a right to live the life with the way we want. Okay, we have to experience our life the way we want. So unless until free will is given, we cannot. We will be like a robot if everything is programmed. So that slowly, at the time of teenage, it gets completely disconnected. And that is the time you will see the many of this that you consider the teenage problems and all this kind of thing that happens. They become rebellious, try to do something which is unconventional or something like that. So all we also pass through our teenage and most of us, we are parents, and we know what are the kind of situation you need to face with your children, or maybe somebody's senior, their grandchildren in the teenage. They must be understanding what are the issues are. The issue started with that by design, it is disconnected from that kind of, higher level of guidance and things like that. The purpose is so that we can explore in our own terms, in our own way, and get our own experience. It is not about right and wrong. It is about handing over to power and the sovereignty, that freedom to choose. What do we do with the choice? It's up to us. But there, those things are taken off. That is the time. What happens is most of the people, with their own effort and understanding, they learn three things from the external world. First one, how to survive, survival instinct. We should not get killed. We should not, suffer injury or, get attacked by something or someone or something like that. So survival instinct. You have to survive physically, survive in the society. So roti kapra makan or this kind of stuff. So there's a survival thing. Yeah? When survival things are taken care of, then we go into looking for enjoyment and happiness, things like that. So they are developed all this kind of something we like to do, we enjoy, we do more and things like that. So that is nothing wrong in it. So we have to enjoy the life. Then also we have because of limited understanding, we get into some trouble sometimes because it is if we go too much into this, the liking thing, maybe you will get addicted to that one. Somebody is addicted to food and alcohol or something like that. Or relationships, maybe they try to experiment different types of relationships and then fall into the trap because of that. But in the name of enjoying life, there's nothing wrong in enjoying. You need to enjoy, but that is the experience they get from that. So when your survival is taken care of, you're enjoying, then people start pursuing some area which is called, wealth creation, wealth, name, fame, power. Okay. So your need is taken care of. Now you want to area called want. We want more. We want, if you have this much house, we need a bigger house. If you are going to, say, by bus, now we need a car. Okay. Now both can take you to the destination, no issues, but you want car. And after some time, you want a bigger car because not only you wanted to ride, you wanted to show off as well. Okay. So that people know you are a bigger car. That's an idea. Bigger car means you are a bigger person. Yeah? So this kind of stuff. So they keep on pursuing that. So when they have money and power, now they want some kind of recognition. They want some kind of award. Somebody's clapping and a thing like that. So that they like. So that's the one of the things our ego wants to get satisfied. So you wanted to higher up in the society and the power and all these kind of things. Okay. So that's it. So you achieved whatever this, and then the time is over. Or expiry date comes, and the death takes us away. This is a story of most of the human being. Isn't it? And we call it eat, drink, and be merry. Be merry means be happy. So just as long as there's good food eating going, that's fine. I'm not criticizing. I'm again and again repeating. Description of this, I'm just simply telling the facts. I'm not saying whether it's a good or bad. Nothing is good and bad. It is whatever it is. But even in this kind of, so 99% of people you will see, they're living this life. Okay, end of it, some power, money, and all these kind of things. Have some bigger house, and that's it. But now let us analyze that is this all? This is not all. This particular life we operate. If you go into the chakra, we know about chakra. There are 7 chakras in our body, and each chakra is representing a certain part of the energy, the pranic energy flow in our body. Chakra is the energy centers. Each and every chakra represent a certain thing. And when they activated, that area we flourish. Or if something is not working properly, we get disease or something which pulls us back. The life I just explained, even if somebody is very successful, very rich, famous and all, maximum level in this they achieve, if that is their life, then they have activated only lower three chakras of the body. Muladhara, survival instinct. Swadhisthana, there is a pleasure, experience of fun and enjoyment of life, etc., whatever it is. Then third is Manipura. Manipura is ambition, power to establish ourselves. These three. So if you see the whole life path, only these three has activated. There's nothing has happened beyond that. In the life, I'm saying living. I'm not saying that other chakras are fully closed. What I'm saying is operating level. Most of the time, they operated, the behavior shows they are only these lower three chakras permanently open. Others may be glimpses some of the time, but again goes. So, if somebody has lived a life, what I just explained, this is a life of a lower self. It is a person who has never seen the sky, who considers that ceiling of the building over his head is that's it. That is what it is. Some of the say there is English saying is called frog in the well. The frog in a well, the kua in a well. They think that is the world. Nothing is beyond that. So that's what it is. So our life is also like that. There is infinite possibilities. But we are happy with bigger house, bigger designation, and one time, death will come and take us away, and that's it. So we have to leave everything here, whatever accumulated, and go. Okay, now what are the thing that for the higher thing? Our higher journey, the experience of our towards our higher self starts with when we stop fully putting our identity to the physical world and start exploring our inner world, that feeling. And that feeling, the inner world journey, starts with opening our heart chakra. If our heart chakra, it is a center chakra. If up, there are three below, three up. So as I explained before, the lower self means only lower three chakras open, nothing else. Permanently open, I mean. To have the experience of the higher self, the higher chakras need to be permanently open. Otherwise, you will not have any experience of that. Like the person in that room who is saying the ceiling is above my head is only ceiling, he need to walk up the stairs to find out, go to the higher floors or the roof to have an experience of what is beyond. And that here in the physical body starts with the heart chakra. Heart chakra is love and compassion, because higher journey you cannot earn by paying money or materialistic power. Whatever up to Manipura, that's okay. Here you have to have a love and gratitude to go higher up. And that cannot happen if somebody, they cannot have sense of gratitude and love. They never experience what a lot of love they fake, but actual feeling they don't have. And this love, what I'm talking, none of the love we normally know, that I told many times, it's the absence of that. When everything dropped, what remains is pure love. That love need to be felt. It cannot be imported. Rather than that, if you remove the obstruction, then it will bloom from inside. If you clear all the dirt from the bulb, that the glow will come out. So that's kind of thing. So then our spiritual journey starts when our heart chakra opens up. In PVF sense, it is 500. Intellect can take you up to 499 PVF, the vibration level. And above that, 500 plus is called love and above. Our spiritual journey has not started if we don't vibrate 500 plus. So then what happens is, then what is the further journey? Then comes throat chakra. throat chakra, this Anahata, then Visuddhi. Visuddhi or throat chakra is a chakra for communication. And this communication is not verbal communication, there's a physical. This is a communication to the higher. Communication with the higher dimension. That opens up when our throat chakra opens up. Then we get a wisdom knowledge. This knowledge is pragya, not gyan. It's not accumulated knowledge. It's not an external knowledge. It is an internal, experiential knowledge of the universal truth. So when we get into that territory, then we realize the truth. And what we grow in a wisdom. And that is being operated, governed by our third eye. It's called inner eye or third eye or knowledge eye. Knowledge is the pragya, the wisdom eye that opens up. So everything, then that knowledge takes us further, and the Sahasrara is the final connection to the divine. So that is, you can say, the takeoff zone for all. There are many chakras above our head. So that's all higher up. So from whatever started from heart, with the love and gratitude, it's slowly communication, wisdom, and finally goes up. When we get all the chakras are opened up, then Kundalini awakening happens, and then it opens a channel. And that is a broadband connection we established with the universal consciousness. Yeah? That mode is our higher self has been activated because we are connected to our higher self or this consciousness level. We get a connection. And that from that level, we operate from that. And most of the time, the masters who had opened all the chakras, what happens is that energy after Kundalini awakening, it shoots up and goes down, multiple times, flushing, and all this fully energized and activated. And chakra means wheel, so those are all activated. This thing. So slowly you can stabilize. You have all the free will there as well. So where you like to hold that energy, that will be your operating level. Suppose earlier you have 3-story building, your own building, so you can decide which floor you will stay, which will be a living room or a bedroom. If you have a 7-story building, your choice become higher. You can go to the 4th floor or 5th, 6th or 7th floor. Or also you have the lower one as well. They're not going anywhere. Most of the time, most of the masters, when all the chakras are open, the broadband connection established, they are self-realized. That higher self, all this higher domain realized. And then the broadband connection is established. They vibrate at the frequency 700 plus. That is the enlightenment frequency. They operate, but they hold that energy, operating level. Most of them are in the heart chakra. Again, bring it back. All experience has been done, either heart chakra or third eye. They hold that energy, operating level. Means they choose to live in the 4th floor or 6th floor. If you give the analogy of 7 chakra as a 7th floor. Why? Because that time your selfishness goes. Whatever, your own thing, there is nothing called you. The identity, that physical body is my thing, all the selfish motive that goes. You are connected with the universal consciousness. Whatever the universe wants to do for the humanity, you become a part of that. So in this, you operate through love and compassion for the humanity. That is where you operate from the heart chakra. So it will be fully open heart chakra, then you operate through that. And you live your rest of your lives in that kind of connection and that kind of energy and power to help others and all those kind of things. In the process, in a lot of things, you develop many psychic abilities because your knowledge comes from directly from the truth, universal knowledge. So a lot of things, the abilities come with that. You can be able to see the future, you have healing abilities and a lot of abilities that comes as a package of that. So that's it. That is the symptom of when we operate as from the higher self and how it plays out into our life. So in that sense, we get into much higher level of understanding and abilities in spiritual terms. They call siddhis, like different levels of your capabilities, higher level of capabilities, what is never possible if you operate limited into the first three chakras. Like if you lower self you're operating, you will never come back on that one into this one. So then you go into this, when the higher chakras opened up, you get more and more into that. So whatever is available in the universe is available to you. And that you utilize only for the benefit of the humanity, not for the selfish reason or selfish purpose. If somebody tries to use it for the selfish motive or selfish purpose, suppose some master decided to go in so-called enjoying life, okay, and develop different kinds of relationships and all, their energy will fall down to the second chakra, which operates this pleasure and all this kind of stuff. Here the intention matters. People, means it does not mean that you talk to someone, that means you have a relationship. No. So the intention behind that matters here. If that, even somebody has opened all the chakras, if you spend their energy and effort to get the physical pleasures or physical realities on this, the energy will come down. They will lose that particular abilities and higher things like that. And slowly it start evaporating those kinds of powers what the self-realization gives. Yeah. Okay. Now, so what are the best combination possible for between the relationship between lower self and higher self? The lower self and higher self, that best relationship possible is we have to retain both. I'm not saying to drop lower self to get higher self. No, it's not either or. You can operate in this life. You need lower self to operate in this life. You need hands and legs and things and mind to think. Those are needed. Okay. Even we go to a certain extent, to that extent, spiritual understanding is our physical body is temple of our soul. Only thing what we do, we stop abusing it. We make it clean, we make it purify it, we cleanse it, our physical body, mind and intellect, everything to be cleaned, so that we can hold and express our physical body or physical identity with full connection, alignment of the higher self. That is the best combination possible. Because your higher self, the soul consciousness, is connected with the universal consciousness. You know the truth, it has immense power and driving force, the love, universal love. So you can take that wisdom, knowledge, and love, get that channel into you, and from that you operate with the physical body and the physical mind. So our physical mind, the mind is a worst boss, but very committed servant. Okay. So if you give them the driver's seat, mind will play hell of it. So we already explained many times, the previous session also. But if we control our mind is controlled by the thoughts, we control our thoughts, go to no thought zone by meditation and all, then full alignment with our higher self. When we can do that, then that process is called inner guru awakened. Means you don't need any external guru that time. You have a self-realization. Your higher self is controlling or governing governing or guiding your lower self. So now you are fully aligned with the universal consciousness as well as operating through the physical body and mind, and it is getting guidance, moment by moment guidance from the higher self. That is the best way we can present ourselves. If we can do that inner guru awakening stage, then this higher self and the lower self and higher self, they merge together. But then we become the true self, what we are, fully energized, fully connected. All of the the bodies are used as, the purpose of, they are actually created by the creator. So basically, then you operate, you become a divine agent, and your physical body, the temple of the soul, has been used for the purpose of the humanity. What the universal consciousness likes to do for the humanity, you are doing through your temple, your physical body, what has been also gifted to you. Only thing, your duty is to keep it clean, keep it pure, so that you can then use it for the connection, and whatever energy, power, and receive, then you operate from the heart. Whatever you're doing from your open heart chakra, that's called compassion. All actions will be compassionate action for the people. Compassion is love in action. So whatever you do it through this compassion, and then you are fully aligned with the divine purpose, and that's how you spend rest of your life. So this is how that the relationship between the lower self and the higher self that operates. There are other aspects, also other way of approaching things. In the morning, I have already explained the DNA activation, etc. You listen to that. I am not repeating that again here. So that is also there, that how, scientifically you can also understand that what it works and what is the lower self and the higher self, the activation and part of it. The best way is that it is in full alignment, our lower self, higher self, and the universal consciousness. That's a full alignment, and that is the best way possible to live on the planet Earth. That is, you can reach the apex of the human existence in that way. And that cannot happen with doing something. It's just being a human being. The connection is just let it be. When the human being created out of pure love, you just express that love, and that's how you be. So if you do that, then life will be blissful and full in alignment. So that's what it is. Then okay, and the physical terms, on the one time the physical body will go, death will come, but it will remain fully aligned and fully these things. So there is no such thing of losing something, and all those kind of things will not happen. So you will be fully in tune with that higher principles of life. But anyway, we have to learn that. Some lifetime, we have to learn that, and then we can progress further on our ultimate goal. Ultimate goal is the liberation. Liberation means even from the soul also merger with the universal consciousness. Soul consciousness to universal consciousness. That process is a liberation. And this enlightenment, you can say it is a freedom. Freedom from breaking away the shackle, that ceiling and room I was talking about, does that. But your own experience to merger, which takes further your spiritual journey towards that, so that when your soul merges with that universal consciousness, and that process is called the final liberation. It's actually moksha. Mahavatar Babaji or Moksha Guru, but moksha word is used so many different ways that people get confused. So I don't use that word now. Take it the ultimate liberation of the soul. Okay. I'm not talking enlightenment. Enlightenment is like a freedom. Long time back, I think 2015 or something, it should be somewhere in the Facebook, I posted some communication with Babaji, and I was asking what is the difference between the enlightenment and the moksha. Means freedom and liberation. Because they sound similar. No? In English language, the freedom and liberation look same. Okay. Then Babaji told one thing. It's very interesting. And so he was telling that you are an engineer. I'll give you an engineering example. Okay. You say you take a gas cylinder. Gas cylinder, there is something maybe inside. There are. It is higher pressure than atmosphere, because in the gas pipeline technology or something, because a bar means how many times of atmospheric pressure. 2 bar means twice of atmospheric pressure. 3 bar 3 times and like that. Suppose inside the cylinder there is a gas of 10 bar, okay, 10 times of the atmospheric pressure. He was telling you, bring that cylinder and open that knob of the cylinder. You go outside in a park or something, open the cylinder. You will see that whole gas, what is inside, with higher pressure, is coming out with making some sound. Because that is freedom. Gas has been compressed and put into that cylinder. Now it is coming out of that. That is called freedom. So an equivalent is that is enlightenment. It's come out of the shackle of that limitedness of your lower self. But that is not the end of it. Now, you see the gas cylinder example. If you keep fully open and leave it there for 1 hour, then after some time you will see the sound has stopped. Whatever the gas was inside has gone out. The pressure has balanced, inside, outside, all are 1 bar and all those things. Suppose that gas you can check with a gas meter. You can monitor. There is a gas monitors available. You can check what type of gas it is and all those kind of things. Detector of the gas. So after 1 hour, after cylinder is open, if you bring a gas detector in front of that gas cylinder, you will get nothing. Okay. What happened is by molecule, that gas has been merged into the air. So the identity of the gas is no longer there. Suppose the gas was methane. I'm just telling. Or ethane, maybe the cooking gas. That ethane, there is nothing there left. So if you get it in front of the cylinder is open, but if you get a monitor, you will get no ethane gas there. So when everything, the identity of the gas is completely lost, it is merged with the overall air, that is liberation. When your soul identity is completely gone and you merge it to the universal consciousness, that is liberation. When you start it, that is your enlightenment, that is your freedom. But what after you process, keep on doing that, and end of the process, there your identity is gone. There is no such gases left. You fully merged with the environment. That is the state of the universal consciousness. Your soul is completely merged. Only thing is, the gas itself is not vanished. Only the identity has gone. That is the state is called the moksha. Like even the identity is also lost. You merged. It is like a river, when it comes, it has got an identity, a name. When it merges with the ocean, then it becomes a part of the ocean. The water is not lost. Only the name of the river is lost because it's a part of the ocean. As we are mentioning about the ocean and the river, so our next, Ganga Sagar camp, the Guru Purnima camp, I got some message today in the morning session only, but I didn't have time to share. So this is actually the symbolic place where our end of our soul's journey, you are living towards the complete merger with the universal consciousness. That is the significance of that place. Just to share you with our personal experience, we visited Babaji's cave in 2015. And there is one place, opposite hill, there is one place where Babaji used to meditate. And they meditate with a lot of other yogis used to come, and maybe some people used to visit him for things like that. The tree where he used to meditate, below that, there is still there. Even if now there is some temple has been formed, some Mata temple, and there is some two rock are there. So what happened is, you have to put that, you touch that rock, with forehead, and then I was sitting in the tree, and that started communicating with the tree. This particular tree, then what the reveal, I'm just talking the inner this thing, the why Babaji has chosen that particular tree. Yeah? This tree has been, his root has gone much, much below to that in the earth, and gone to a level where it is connected with all Antashalila river. Antashalila means there are many rivers, there are network of rivers which is subsurface. You cannot see on the surface. They are internally connected. Normally, whatever the physical existence of the top surface of the there is a river, it is also connected with the subsurface, the river. Just take it as a story. You need not to bust your brain about the logic and things like that. Just take it. There is an internal river network, and that tree is connected to that. And through that connection of the internal, Antashalila rivers, is connected to all over the country, both South India, East, and all this kind of places. These are connected. So Babaji used to sit down here. He used to connect with other masters and yogis and the different places on the earth. Okay, so they has to go, and the connection was through that branch. It goes to the river and goes to the other place. Today, Babaji is telling me, I am sending you there, in the Ganga Sagar. One of that, the Antashalila river, the Ganga Sagar, the spot is a high energy spot, is connected to that place where Babaji's cave is, where Babaji used to meditate. I say, I want you to go there and take people there. So anyway, so there is a significance, and there are other things he also mentioned here. I don't think I should share that, but he has given guidance how to find that spot, that energy spot at Ganga Sagar. Okay, we'll do that. The process, whatever he guided me, we'll do that there. And this will be helpful because he's our moksha guru. He is getting us prepared for that ultimate moksha. Don't be confused with death. Nobody will die. We are fully protected, but we are getting ready. The time has come to get that kind of energy. So we have been sent there to get into that energy, the energy of Ganga Sagar. And what today Babaji has confirmed, it is connected with the place where he used to, he's still there in other dimension. I'm saying that physically the tree is connected to that particular spot through the Antashalila river. And the river, one of the connection has gone there. Yeah. So we'll find the spot and we'll do it. Rest is all Babaji's grace. All right. With this, I will conclude this learning session. So if you have any question, so you are welcome to ask me. Okay, no question. All right. Then let us sit straight and breathe in and breathe out a few times.